Oblivion has amassed many individual mods for modifying magic and adding new spells to the game. Some are for gimmicky playstyle, some are for easing up the base game's normal spellcasting or creation. There is 3 quite popular magic overhaul mods people swear on using, and since I've used all 3 as well, I thought about doing this video purely to showcase them, talk about them briefly, and explain my own thoughts about them. The mod to surpass mighty magic, Supreme Magicka, is 15-year-old mod, and on April 2021 the author decided to come back and redo this mod, so it is one of the old running mods still being up to date. Many spells and features in this overhaul are very innovative. Burden slows down opponents in addition, increasing encumbrance. Elemental shield spells work like in Morrowind, and even circle destruction spells that cast AoE type spell around the caster rather than in front of him. Master Conjurer can summon 2 units instead of single one, and new creatures can be summoned. Telekinesis can be used to loot and open doors. Detect Life has various colors for different type of characters. Siphon Pain is physical counterpart for spell absorption, where you absorb physical damage instead. Extrization is a quick teleport spell for getting outdoors area from indoors, and Mystic Hand spell allows you to cast spells by punching. And lastly, fan favorite, Levitation exists and allows you to walk among the sky. Living up to its name, Lame aims to make magic less annoying to work around with. First noticeable thing about it is that it doesn't require Oblivion script extender, and it comes with various additional plugins. These plugins come with adding shader to enchanted weapons, spell tomes and paper chase to find and learn spells from world rather than buying them from merchants, starting spells which allows you to choose what spells to start with, 2 plugins for balancing Nightstone powers and Sigil stones, as well as plugin to add these new spells to enemies. And let me tell you, this is the equivalent of having everything and kitchen sink when it comes to category of spells. Most spells had been given bigger duration so they don't run out instantly, namely summons, and summon spells has been expanded with new creatures as well. Power scale of spells is a bit higher than on vanilla, but newly added spells offer some weird shenanigans to work with. There is spells for changing weather, transmuting gold to diamonds, daedric ingredients or even food, summoning your own chest to store items into, spells to check NPC's information regarding resistances or disposition towards player and faction information, and few other oddities as well. But one that struck my interest has been spells that make NPCs ragdoll like you are using unrelenting force in Skyrim.
Hail, good citizen. Excuse me. Move along. There's no problem, is there? Long live the Empire!
More recent addition to Magic Overhaul mods, Magicka goes out of its way to fine-tune nearly every aspect of magic related to things. For starters, the amount of magic points you have depends entirely if you specialize in magic, so classes that don't have spells in their major skills could have trouble casting spells without excessive training, enchantments, or potions. On the other hand, willpower is now sole factor for magic regeneration, so high enough willpower allows you to cast spells very fast without having to resort on chucking potions. In vanilla Oblivion, the various perks you gain for reaching every 25th skill number resulted just unlocking new spells to cast for magic skills. In this mod, there is instead perks that gives various benefits, such as benefiting alteration spells lasting twice as long when casted out of combat, elemental destruction spells being capable to be controlled by holding casting button, targets under frenzy killing person transfers frenzy to killer, and such. Some of the spells may be familiar from previous two mods, but Magicka is more grounded on what it has to offer. New spells include such as slow falling, which slows you down when falling, hence the name. Expose spells makes targets more vulnerable to physical attacks. Elemental weapon buffs to add elemental bonus to an enchanted weapon. Curse health regeneration to halt targets' health regeneration by any means. Project Phantom to act as a decoy and take NPC's attention. Life Ward, which restores a set amount of health when you're about to die. And Donate Health, which allows you to give set amount of health to other NPCs. Unlike the previous two, Magicka also modifies potions in regards of prices, giving new effects and setting out dynamic potion limit, which allows you to drink more or less than 3 potions depending from your attributes. Ever since I got Oblivion for PC, Supreme Magicka has been what I used for a good while. It was good, innovative, and did the job I wanted it to do. Since 2010s, I started to switch between it and Lame, since the latter proved to have some of the more interesting spells, even if some of them were a bit out of there with the balance and everything. However, now that Magicka came out, I switched to using it due to how configurable it is. I will say, however, that both Supreme Magicka and Magicka has link support, which allows you to configure many options of both mods, and it is more or less preference on your part which one you want to use. For me, Magicka is more minimalist mod, and the spells and tweaks are integrated better to the game. Lame, however, doesn't have this kind of support as it doesn't require Oblivion script extender, hence it is gathering dust now for me. While these aren't exactly full overhauls, I figured I might give a shout out to these two other mods which could use more recognition. Fundament Enchanting Add-ons and Alchemy Advanced. The former brings out an actual enchanting skill to the game, letting it control how powerful your enchantments are, and comes with various features like Skyrim style disenchanting learning, scroll scribing, perks for the skill, and arrow and staff enchanting. The latter mod overhauls alchemy to much more powerful tool, where you can save and load recipes, use refiner to leave out effects you don't want in your potions, and create them in batches. I tend to use latter, as while former is nice, I feel like enchanting is one of the things it doesn't need skill for. Thank you for watching this video. If you like to support the channel and the content, you can give me a coffee through link in description. Have a good day.